Hey, what's up guys? We're going over my sumo deadlift day a couple days ago. Training max is 580. This is the third sumo deadlift day of the, I guess you could say mesocycle if you want to call it that. 70%, 6 sets of 6. It's pretty light relative. Overall volume, it's still a good amount of volume on these deadlifts compared to my other deadlift days. So I'm using straps in this video, and the main reason for that is because my thumb was still healing. I had taken off a huge chunk of skin from my thumb. Usually it's my left one that rips open, if it does rip open at all, from using really sharp knurling deadlift bars, or just bars. And what happens is sometimes if it's not healed totally, even if I use a good bar, it can sometimes rip it open, and that's what happened on my my previous deadlift day to this. So trying to keep it careful, and I threw these straps on. And honestly, wearing straps for me, it kind of makes the deadlift a little harder for me personally, and it also kind of makes it so that I feel like more of a hit to my nervous system. I honestly feel fresher after a workout of using no straps than versus using straps. Maybe that's not a very scientific way of explaining it, especially because, well, the only reason I have to use straps is because I'm not doing hook grip. I prefer hook grip, and maybe that's what also makes it seem like I really I feel worse using straps. Maybe that's one of the many reasons. It's a lot of psychological things. Sorry for the ass angle we got going on here, but hey, it is what it is. You can see the form I got going on here. Over time, I've been getting a bit wider and wider with my stance, and it's been feeling better and better. I used to deadlift with a really kind of narrow stance. Honestly, it was like just outside my shoulders. But now I am pretty damn far out there. Not as far out there as some guys. They are like all the way to the edge. But for me, this is pretty damn wide, and I like it. And you know, honestly, the main thing with sumo deadlifts, if I was going to give you guys a quick tip, is that people aren't opening their hips enough. Depending on how wide you're going, you really got to open up those hips if you want to utilize your quads. Otherwise, it's more of a hammy and a back exercise if you're treating it like a conventional deadlift. That's the whole thing with the sumo deadlift, is that you're kind of changing. Well, obviously, you're decreasing the distance you have to pull quite a bit the wider you're going, but also it puts a lot onto the quads, After that, after my 6 sets of 6, I did something I don't normally do, which is basically a Bulgarian split squat, but using the Smith machine instead of a bench. I should have used something that wasn't so high. This is a little bit higher than what I would normally want to do for this. And since this was sort of my first time doing this, not really my first time doing this, just my first time in a long time, it's all looking weird. And I experimented with which side to hold the dumbbell. Probably if I was going to keep on doing this, I'd hold dumbbells in both of my hands, but I'd also have my foot placed on something that isn't so high. So my foot would probably be more so at something that's around knee height for me, and dumbbells in both hands. So I guess that's the change here. Yeah, glutes have been increasing in size a lot, especially also since a good amount of body fat ends up going in my glutes, goes into my back, a lot in my back, goes in my face, and that's why a lot of people don't believe me when I say, like, currently I could be freaking 16, 17, maybe even 18% body fat, you know, at least 16. And, you know, people are like, you're a liar. I'm like, dude, I know me. I know me. So it's interesting. A lot of people think I'm like pure muscle at 190 pounds, but man, I got fat everywhere. Look at this face, look at my back, look at my glutes. There's all kinds of body fat back there. And the reason why I filmed this right here is to show, well, I'm grabbing the bottom handles where normally I push against this machine, or the seated leg curl machines. I push against it because I feel like that braces me the best, and I could put the most weight and hit my hamstrings the hardest. But because of my chest issue, I've been doing so many different things differently. I've recently decreased my stiff leg deadlift. Well, I've just actually, I don't mean decrease it, but I have decreased the volume by just not doing it. I've also stopped pushing against the machine when doing seated leg curls. Basically all kinds of different things to reduce how much pressure I'm putting onto my pecs, this pec specifically. So hopefully, you know, it's getting better and better. Finish it off with 5 sets of 5 in this sort of tempo. You know, pause at the top, pause at the bottom, slow on the way down. Pretty simple, right? And that's how I like to do my calf raises.
Hey, quit being a little bitch! Ogus cake!